All right, so from Nerd Lounge 10, you must from Nerd Lounge the 10 manga you must read in 2024. I'm trying to make sure to find videos that are more up to date than stuff that's like 2 years ago. Some of them are pretty good from 2 or 3 years ago that you never heard of, but try to keep more in line with stuff that's brand new. And Nerd Lounge has about 87 views, and this was a month ago, so it's pretty recent. So let's see what Nerd Lounge has to say. So let's go.
Which means there's a whole year of new manga coming out. And because it's the start of the year, it's time we talked about the manga that you should definitely be reading in 20.
I'm not sure if this might
No, not care.
lose so much weight.
2024. And remember, if you want to read any of these manga or pick up any manga at all, you can use the links down in the description and help support the channel. It's much appreciated. Let's get into the list. First one we're going to talk about is Gachi Akuta. Our main character Rudo lives in the slums of a floating city, built upon a massive chasm called the Abyss, where the city's waste is disposed of. After being framed for murder, Rudo is thrown into the Abyss, where he comes across a group called the Cleaners. The Cleaners fight giant monsters made of trash in the hopes that they will one day find a way to escape the Abyss and get revenge on those that sent them there. Gachi Akuta looks like it's going to be an absolutely action-packed series, with a really interesting premise and stellar artwork. It's a series that I can't wait to get into, and I am gonna have a first impressions video very soon. Goku Rakugai is a brand new shonen series, this time following a duo of troubleshooters for hire. The story is set in Goku Rakugai, a bright and bustling working class district with a hidden dark side. The main characters Tao and Alma will pick up any job as long as the pay is there, but their main focus is on fighting and dealing with calamities, which are the evil spirit antagonists of this story. The art style looks absolutely stunning, and the premise and the way that action is portrayed makes Goku Rakugai a must read for me this year. One of my most hyped releases for this year is the omnibus editions of The Fable by Kazuhisa Minami. The Fable follows a notorious hitman who's become a little too notorious in Japan. His kill count has become too high. His boss orders him to lay low for a year to adapt to normal civilian life in order to redirect some of the heat and also use this experience to help his future work. However, this time off comes with a little bit of a stipulation. The boss warns Fable that he will face a deadly punishment if he is to kill anyone during his time off, so the stakes are at an all-time high. It follows the story of one of the deadliest assassins in Japan struggling to—
Wait. So wait, the premise is that he's like, okay, Brian, please explain to me if I'm saying this right. Tell me if I'm saying this right. So it's an assassin who's known to, well, do what he does, and he was hired by a certain someone, I guess, and they said if you do any assassination while on your days off, you will be punished. Am I saying that right, or did I hear that wrong? I feel like I heard that wrong. I think I got something wrong down that translation. You tell me if I'm still right or wrong on that one.
To adapt to and survive a whole year of normal life. The Fable from this really short synopsis is giving off Sakamoto Days vibes, and I love that. It seems like it's going to be an interesting read, and it comes with the utmost recommendation from the community, so it's going to be a banger for anyone enjoying it. Next up, we've got Steel of the Celestial Shadows. Firstly, this series may have some of the best looking covers I have ever seen, and one of the coolest names as well. Secondly, it's a samurai story, so I'm sold. Steel of the Celestial Shadows follows a down-and-out samurai named Ryudo who, due to a curse, is unable to even pick up his trusty sword. At his wit's end, Ryudo decides to take his own life, before being saved by a mysterious woman, which kickstarts his journey into a strange world of magic and spirits. The story is following a path of honor and redemption, as most samurai stories do, but this time in a world steeped in magic. The artwork looks simple and clean, with a somewhat comedic epic flair, and the covers look absolutely stunning. I love samurai stories, as I'm sure you can tell, and this looks like something that's gonna add a little bit of extra flair to that genre. Another much sought after reprint that's releasing this year is the Initial D Omnibus editions. Initial D follows our main character Takumi Fujiwara, an 18-year-old delivery driver living in Japan's Gunma Prefecture, the location of Mount Akama. Fujiwara has been driving around this mountain for many years, which has slowly taught him the skills to be an almost unstoppable street racer. And thus, his story begins, where we follow Fujiwara as he becomes one of Japan's best and most notorious street racers in his classic Toyota Sprinter. This series has always been on my list to pick up. I just never could due to the price. This is finally an opportunity for myself and loads of new people to be able to read and enjoy this series. Gannibal is the first and only horror manga on this list, but it looks to be a good one. Gannibal revolves around a police officer named Daigo Hagawa, who has been assigned to a remote mountain town called Kuge. Everything seems fine at first, but after the strange death of an old woman, Hagawa comes to realize that the inhabitants of the village are cannibals, and it's his job to stop them. This series, which is aptly named, gives off hints of True Detective, The Hills Have Eyes, and Resident Evil 7. The artwork looks absolutely phenomenal, comparative to the series Homunculus in its art style. You know me, I absolutely love a psychological horror series, so I am really looking forward to reading this one. Set in future Japan, Adieu follows the story of Riko, who saves a young boy and discovers he has extraordinary powers. When they are attacked in a ramen store, Ito, the young boy, summons plant-like tendrils out of his arm, and the two of them are thrust deep into a story of political and military mystery, because the army are after Ito, but why? On first glance, this series gives me Akira vibes, especially when it comes to the designs and the setting. The political intrigue of the story, alongside the issues of immigration and xenophobia, seem to be setting this up to be an interesting read. Next up, we're going to talk about Bloodblade. The synopsis of this series could quite easily win the award for the
Bloodblade. It doesn't get any more 2000s than that. Very edgy name, Bloodblade. That's like someone's Xbox gamertag name. It doesn't get any more basic than that. Oh man.
The most to the point, bizarre, but brilliant first line ever. Count Vlad Dracula is reborn as a katana-wielding young vampiress in an alternative history Europe. This story seems like a mixture of classic monsters, isekai tendencies, and standard manga tropes. Dracula comes across Clara, a creation of Victor Frankenstein. Together, they are looking for a safe haven whilst battling off Cerberus, an organisation looking to capture and control the monsters. This seems like a very fun read. Nothing too serious, but a nice palate cleanser. Drifters is an isekai at heart, where famous historical warriors have been transported to a strange land and put to the task of fighting an evil faction. In this world, the humans are on top and are constantly fighting and lording over the other races, such as elves, dwarves, and halflings. The Drifters are made up of historical warriors, and the story follows their quest to defeat the enemy, protect the land, and rule over it themselves. This seems to have hints of Record of Ragnarok, a series that I really enjoyed, but with a massive fantasy spin. It's not often that we see a manga with dragons, but Drifters seems to be that exact story. It's a very well-renowned series that's been around for a while, and we're finally getting it re-released in an omnibus edition. And finally, another omnibus edition that I know a lot of people have been waiting for, Trigun. Trigun is the next release in Dark Horse's deluxe edition line, and it's shaping up to be one of the coolest of the year, with its design taking the cake for the most standout.
Dark Horse does anime? Is that right? Is he said Dark Horse? I didn't know Dark Horse has anime lineups. What the hell? Let me hear that again.
A lot of people have been waiting for Trigun. Trigun is the next release in Dark Horse's deluxe edition line, and it's shaping up to be one of the coolest of the year, with its design taking the cake for the most standout manga on your shelf. It's bright yellow. Trigun is set on the planet of Gunsmoke, where our main character Vash presides. Vash is a pacifist at heart, but is the owner of one of the most powerful guns ever created. capable of ripping apart whole planets. For this reason, he has a very, very large bounty on his head, and hunters are out to get this bounty by any means necessary. Trigun is an absolute...
Yeah, that kind of boggles my mind. I'm surprised that most of these, well, no, I'm not surprised. No, I'd rather not Westerners get anything handling close to any of these mangas. So yeah, that's actually mind-blowing to hear that one. That's mind-blowing.
Classic series that's seeing a resurgence after its recent anime release. It's a fun sci-fi action series with hints of Stephen King's Gunslinger, and I can't wait to read it in this large format. And that, guys, is 10 examples of manga that you should definitely be reading in 2024. Like I said before, down in the description are links to Forbidden Planet and Blackwell's, where you can pick up any of these series as they release throughout the year. I'm looking forward to picking some of them up, and there will be first impressions on the channel if you want to see what my thoughts are. Let me know down in the comments if there are any series that I've missed, any series that you think I should definitely be reading this year. And while you're down there, you can like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell to be alerted every single time that I upload. Thank you guys so much for watching, and if you're not sick of my face already, you can click one of the videos on the left and right of me to watch a little something else, or if not, I will see you in the next one.
I'll do one more video of him, because I like how that went. Sure. I'm gonna sketch this. I'm going to do this one more time. This is Manga Hall has many rarest manga ever. Okay, that's one we can do. Okay, we'll do this one from him one more time. We'll do another one from him. It's called, This Manga Haul has my rarest manga ever. So that's going to be interesting. Let's hear what he says.